I thought this was this one caught my attention to talk about. Because I've thought about it, and then I'm going to end with the historical precedent for this. I don't know if it fits. I'll have to dig into it more. But the Meta COO, Chief Operating Officer Sheryl Sandberg, says no two countries run by women would ever go to war. I think just an interesting topic to think about. Is she went on, and I didn't agree with much of what she was bringing up during the interview, but the topic, the headline was, it does make me think. Sandberg's comments come amid the Russian invasion of Ukraine, of course. She says that if half the world were run by women, it would be safer and much more prosperous too. So she's saying like things would be much better if it was run by women. Okay, I hear you. Sandberg pointed out that many countries that were led by women during the onset of the pandemic fared better. I'm going to have to follow up and look into that too. By what measures? Could be true. I just haven't looked at it. And when we look at it, we're in a crisis of gender equality, as she says. But I think that's more complicated because not everybody, a lot of people got sent home. People reevaluated their work situation during the pandemic. And that wasn't because of the virus. That was because of the government reaction to the virus. So please don't give me this BS about the pandemic has wiped out 3.5 decades of progress for women. The government did that. And it concerns me that you aren't able to connect those two things. Because I think you're really smart. So, yeah, I do see that. But is it necessarily, you have to analyze it, is it necessarily a bad thing? Are women finding a different avenue? Are they, they're not having kids, I guess, from the statistics, but I don't know if it's necessarily a bad thing, but I do know it was created by the government. She also mentioned that she believes social media, keep in mind, she's the COO of Meta, Facebook. So she says social media is bad for dictators, meaning that when Putin took them down in Russia, that people were in the dark. It was bad for people. Well, what it's bad for is Meta can't control the narrative in Russia. That's what it's really bad for. So she said people are losing access to information through them. And I just did a quick Google search. I didn't read into it. I didn't have time. But I saw this headline, "Don't Mess with the Queen. Female rulers over the past 500 years have waged war more often than kings." So female rulers over the past 500 years have waged war more often than kings. Is that true or not? I don't know. That's the headline. Let me know what you think. Does it matter? Does gender matter? I am all for, best qualified leader. I don't care if that's women. And I think it is crazy that we have not had a woman president yet. I think that's crazy. But I'm for best. I don't care if it's woman, man, whatever, any other thing. Have to be citizen, of course. But yeah, let me know what you think. If that matters at all, or is it much ado about nothing?